Do you remember the iconic A-Team? A group of wrongly convicted ex-soldiers who used their skills to fight for what's right, even if it meant breaking a few rules. Did they stick with acting? Did they find success in other ventures? Get ready for some surprising reveals and maybe even a few blasts from the past you won't want to miss. So, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and let's get started on this A-Team adventure. George Peppard as John Hannibal Smith. John, also known as Hannibal Smith, was the esteemed leader of the renowned A-Team. Renowned for his strategic prowess and unparalleled skill in donning disguises, Hannibal was easily recognizable by his cigar-smoking habit, signature black gloves, and his memorable catchphrase, "I love it when a plan comes together." He approached life with a sense of playful enthusiasm, always appearing to relish the unpredictable situations the team encountered. George Peppard, a luminary in his own right, embarked on his theatrical journey in 1949 at the Pittsburgh Playhouse. He subsequently ventured to New York City, where he immersed himself in the method under the tutelage of Lee Strasberg at the esteemed Actors Studio. To support himself during this formative period, Peppard undertook a diverse range of occupations, including disc jockey, radio engineer, fencing instructor, taxi driver, and motorcycle repair shop mechanic. He honed his craft in summer stock productions across New England and graced the outdoor stages of the Oregon Shakespeare Festival in Ashland for 2 consecutive seasons. In the momentous year of 1980, Peppard was presented with the opportunity to portray Blake Carrington in the television series Dynasty, which he graciously accepted. However, during the production of the pilot episode, which starred Linda Evans and Bo Hopkins, Peppard found himself in creative discord with the show's producers, Richard and Esther Shapiro. He felt that his character, Blake Carrington, bore too close a resemblance to J.R. Ewing from the contemporary series Dallas. His final foray into television was a guest appearance in 1994 on an episode of Matlock titled The P.I. This particular episode, featuring Tracy Nelson, was envisioned as a backdoor pilot for a prospective series centered on a father and his estranged daughter collaborating as private investigators. Serendipitously, the episode aired just 8 days prior to Peppard's untimely passing. On the 8th of May, 1994, despite his valiant battle with lung cancer, Peppard succumbed to pneumonia in Los Angeles. Dwight Schultz as Howling Mad Murdoch, H.M. Howling Mad Murdoch, the A-Team's daring pilot, is a mystery wrapped in an enigma. Played by Dwight Schultz, this Vietnam War veteran was a top-notch pilot in both helicopters and fixed-wing aircraft. Whether he's truly mentally unstable or just a brilliant actor remains a question mark. Interestingly, while he flew the team during the Hanoi bank job, he wasn't officially part of the A-Team and therefore wasn't court-martialed. Before becoming Howling Mad, Dwight Schultz honed his acting skills. Born in Baltimore in 1947, he attended Calvert Hall College High School and Towson University. The 1990s saw him take on a recurring role in Star Trek: The Next Generation as Lieutenant Reginald Barclay, a character he later reprised in other Star Trek projects. He's also appeared in films like Child of Rage, and even made a cameo appearance alongside former A-Team co-star Dirk Benedict in the A-Team movie adaptation. Beyond acting, Dwight has dabbled in conservative talk radio. He hosted his own show called Howling Mad Radio until 2009 and has filled in for several other conservative radio personalities. He's also known for his online presence, sharing political commentary through podcasts, and his official website. Dwight married actress Wendy Fulton in 1983, and they have a daughter together. A devout Catholic, Dwight leans conservative politically and has made appearances on the online talk show The Glazov Gang. Dirk Benedict as Templeton Faceman Peck. Dirk Benedict, the charming and smooth-talking Templeton Faceman Peck of the A-Team, is a master at getting the team what they need whenever they need it. His charisma and ability to schmooze his way into anything make him an invaluable asset. Dirk's acting career began on the big screen in the 1972 film Georgia, Georgia. He then landed a role in a play called Butterflies Are Free, which eventually led him to Hawaii, where he guest starred on Hawaii Five-0. This appearance caught the eye of the producers for the horror film Shh, landing him the lead role. In 2007, he even took on a reality show challenge, placing third on the UK's Celebrity Big Brother. He made a grand entrance, complete with a replica of the A-Team van and the show's iconic theme song. Dirk hasn't shied away from returning to his roots. In 2010, he took the stage as Lieutenant Columbo in a production of Prescription Murder. He even made a cameo appearance in the A-Team movie adaptation that same year. More recently, in 2019, Dirk embraced his sci-fi side with a role in the B-movie Space Ninjas. He plays an eccentric TV host whose show blends elements of classic sci-fi series. The movie itself is a wacky mix of genres, following high schoolers battling a night of terror from space ninjas. Dirk is a cancer survivor, having overcome a prostate tumor. He opted for alternative treatments over traditional medicine and credits his recovery to a macrobiotic diet recommended by actress Gloria Swanson. In 1986, he married actress Toni Hudson, with whom he shares 2 sons. Interestingly, Toni guest starred on The A-Team during their marriage, but their relationship ended in divorce in 1995. Lance Legault as Collier Decker, United States Army Military Police. Colonel Roderick Decker was the next colonel on deck to try his hand at capturing the elusive team. His selection was based on his rather colorful approach to warfare. It turned out that Decker and Hannibal had a history, having come to blows at an officers' club during their time in Vietnam, no less. Legault's inaugural trilogy in the world of feature films involved none other than Elvis Presley. He started as a stunt double in Girls, 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 1962, then progressed to Kissin' Cousins, 1964, and Viva Las Vegas, also 1964. In Presley's iconic 1968 NBC television special, simply titled Elvis, but often referred to as the 68 Comeback Special, Legault could be spotted at the side of the stage, tambourine in hand. He also appeared in the Presley film Roustabout, this time as a carnival barker. Lance Legault, according to the creator of Knight Rider, Glenn A. Larson, possessed a bass that could rival the depths of the Mariana Trench. This unique vocal quality often landed him roles as villains and tough guys. This distinct voice also opened up a parallel career path in voiceover work. At one point, Legault's voice was the guiding tour guide for visitors at Elvis Presley's Graceland in Memphis, Tennessee. Throughout the 1980s, his voice boomed through trailer programs for ABC. Between 2009 and 2010, he lent his voice to Burger King for their Angry Whopper campaign, and his voice could also be heard in commercials for Dodge and 7-Up. On September 10, 2012, Lance Legault passed away from heart failure at his Los Angeles home. He was 77 years young and left behind his wife of 28 years, Teresa, and their 4 children, Mary, Teresa, Marcus, and William Lance, Jr., Melinda Kulea as Amy Amanda Allen. Melinda Kulea brought intrepid reporter Amy Allen to life in the A-Team's pilot episode. While fans and publicity materials often called her Triple A because of her initials, the nickname didn't stick within the show itself. After leaving the A-Team, Melinda continued acting throughout the 80s and 90s. She landed the lead role of Terry Randolph in the short-lived series Glitter and played a recurring character named Paula Vertisick on Knots Landing for 2 seasons. She even co-starred as Joey Lawrence's stepmom on Brotherly Love for a few years. Melinda's resume also includes guest appearances on shows like Fantasy Island, Family Ties, and even iconic sci-fi series like The X-Files and Star Trek: The Next Generation. She later transitioned into film, playing roles in Wagons East and dying on the edge. She even stepped behind the scenes as an executive producer for her husband's film Odds Are. Today, Melinda has traded scripts for novels and paintbrushes. Her first illustrated mystery novel, Wendigo, was published in 2016. Eddie Velez as Frankie Santana. Eddie Velez brought Frankie Dishpan Man Santana to life in the A-Team's final season. Frankie, a skilled special effects whiz with Puerto Rican roots, joined the team under unusual circumstances. He and Murdoch actually helped the guys escape a firing squad, which caught General Stockwell's attention. Stockwell then blackmailed Frankie into lending his expertise to the A-Team. Interestingly, Frankie's name was originally Frankie Sanchez in early drafts of the script, and that name popped up in some promotional materials too. Before becoming Dishpan Man, Eddie Velez honed his skills in New York City. He graduated from the High School of Art and Design and even studied at the School of Visual Arts. But his career began after serving in the Air Force. He moved to Los Angeles and took his acting talents to the stage. He even studied at the prestigious Estelle Harmon's Actors Workshop. Velez appeared in several plays, including the award-winning Delirious. Eddie's career extended far beyond the A-Team. He's guest-starred on shows like Hill Street Blues and Walker, Texas Ranger, and even landed roles in films like Traffic and Repo Man. He also had recurring roles on soap operas like Port Charles and Days of Our Lives. So whether it was making audiences laugh on stage or lending his talents to television and film, Eddie Velez has had a diverse and successful career. Carl Franklin as Captain Crane. Playing Colonel Decker's loyal but slightly clueless right-hand man, Captain Crane was James Hampton. Crane was constantly amazed by the A-Team's ability to outsmart them, unlike his more experienced boss. James's acting career began on the stage. Fresh out of training, he landed a role as a slave in a production of Timon of Athens. He then went on to appear in several other plays, including In the Belly of the Beast, at the prestigious Mark Taper Forum. Early in his career, James also performed with the New York Shakespeare Festival. He tackled roles in classic plays like Twelfth Night and Cymbeline. The 70s and 80s saw James become a regular on television. His first series, Caribbean, was a short-lived police drama where he played Sergeant Mark Walters. He then took on the role of Dr. Fred Walters, a young and athletic physician, in the sci-fi series The Fantastic Journey. James has a passion for directing as well. In 2016, he was attached to direct a television series called Humboldt, based on a book about marijuana culture. Unfortunately, the project never came to fruition. More recently, James has expressed interest in directing a feature film based on a short film he made during his time at the American Film Institute. Reflecting on his career as a black actor in Hollywood, James has spoken openly about the limited opportunities available at the time. He credits Sidney Poitier for paving the way for dramatic roles, Richard Pryor for bankable comedic characters, and Jim Brown for action heroes. James is married to film producer Jesse Beaton, who produced the critically acclaimed film One False Move. Robert Vaughn as General Hunt Stockwell. Hunt Stockwell, a formidable former United States Army general, stepped in as the A-Team's boss for the final season. With a cunning maneuver, he blackmailed the team into taking on an open-ended series of top-secret government missions, dangling the promise of eventual pardons as incentive. Stockwell maintained a tight grip on an extensive intelligence network, the full scope of which remains unknown. Vaughn's journey into acting was nurtured from an early age by his encouraging mother. At her guidance, Vaughn memorized and recited Shakespeare's timeless "to be or not to be" soliloquy from Hamlet when he was merely 5 years old. Vaughn's mother was instrumental in landing him roles in radio shows around Chicago. His debut performance as Billy on the radio show Jack Armstrong, the All-American Boy, aired on WBBM AM radio. In the swinging 60s, Vaughn established Ferd Porky Productions, a film production company, alongside his lifelong friend and fellow actor Sherwood Price. Their base of operations was the heart of the film industry, the MGM Studios in Culver City, California. The dynamic duo strategically acquired options on books and scripts during that decade. In 1966, they secured the production rights to Joseph Sargent's narrative concept, Bridge on the River Hudson, and commissioned Peter Allen Fields to craft a script treatment. Vaughn's literary pursuits culminated in the publication of Only Victims: A Study of Show Business Blacklisting in 1972. He further shared his life story in his second book, an autobiography titled A Fortunate Life, released in 2008. In his own words, Vaughn reflected on his life. With a modest amount of looks and talent and more than a modicum of serendipity, I've managed to stretch my 15 minutes of fame into more than half a century of good fortune. He attributed his success to favorable circumstances, stating, "The breaks all fell my way." Vaughn's earthly journey came to a close on November 11, 2016, in a hospice in Danbury, Connecticut, just shy of his 84th birthday. Jack Ging as General Harlan Bull Fulbright. A determined military police general, Harlan Bull Fulbright was on a relentless mission to capture a fugitive team. In the Season 4 finale titled The Sound of Thunder, he not only located them, but also took a surprising turn. Instead of arresting them, he convinced them to join him on a mission to Vietnam in search of his long-lost child. Before becoming known for his role in the A-Team, Dennis Ging had a successful acting career. He played Dan Wright in NBC's short-lived series The Man and the Challenge, and portrayed a conflicted sheriff in love with a woman with the same name as his target in an episode of Bat Masterson titled Dead Men Don't Pay Debts. Ging also landed recurring roles in several Western shows. He appeared in 8 episodes of Mackenzie's Raiders as a raider and took on the role of Beau McLeod for 13 episodes in the final season of Tales of Wells Fargo. The 1960s saw Ging venture into sci-fi and drama. He appeared in an episode of The Twilight Zone titled The Whole Truth and made guest appearances on Perry Mason, including a memorable performance as Danny Pierce in The Case of the Lonely Eloper. From 1962 to 1964, he portrayed a young psychiatrist in the medical drama The 11th Hour, which ran for 62 episodes. In a later Western, Gunsmoke, Ging tackled the role of Simon Dobbs, a former lawman forced to adapt to life after losing his sight in the episode Stage Stop. Ging's personal life included 2 marriages. He married his high school sweetheart, Katie, but their relationship ended in divorce. In 1956, he married Gretchen Groening, with whom he had a son before their divorce in 1973. His third marriage, to Sharon Ramona Thompson in 1978, brought him 2 daughters. Dennis Ging passed away peacefully at his California home in 2022 at the age of 90. Marla Heasley as Tanya Baker. Tanya Baker, introduced in late 1983, briefly filled the void left by Amy's departure during Season 2. A fellow journalist familiar with the A-Team through Amy, she occasionally aided them, but never quite became an official member like her predecessor. To write her out of the show, Tanya was married off in the Season 3 two-parter, The Bend in the River. Interestingly, the character's name, Tanya Baker, was a clever combination chosen by series creator Stephen J. Cannell. He blended his daughter's name, Tanya, with his mother's maiden name, Baker. Prior to her role as Tanya, Heasley had a guest appearance in Season 2, Episode 4, Bad Time on the Border. There, she played a different character named Charisse, a bikini-clad co-ed who had a brief fling with Templeton faceman Peck. Heasley's career extended beyond the A-Team. Before landing the role, she even competed on the very first 4 episodes of Star Search in the spokesmodel category. She went on to make guest appearances on numerous shows like T.J. Hooker, The Love Boat, and Riptide, along with film roles in The Marrying Man, Born to Race, and Amore. Red West as Lowther Trask. Red West's acting career intertwined with that of Elvis Presley. During Presley's 1960s Hollywood film era, West landed small parts in 16 of the singer's movies. This period also fostered a close friendship between West and actor Nick Adams. West's impressive physical skills landed him a stuntman role on Adams's TV series, The Rebel. West's career blossomed from there, encompassing both stunt work and acting in numerous films and television shows. He became a regular on the CBS series The Wild Wild West, frequently performing stunts and occasionally portraying villains. Interestingly, he developed a friendly connection with the show's lead actor, Robert Conrad. West's filmography extended beyond stunt work. He took on the role of Sheriff Tanner in the 1973 film Walking Tall and reprised it in the sequel Walking Tall Part 2. Years later, in 2008, West played the lead role in the independent film Goodbye Solo. This film, praised by critics, showcased West's talent as he embodied the character of William, a man struggling with depression. Critic Roger Ebert even commented that West's performance felt so genuine, it seemed he was simply portraying himself. West's final screen appearance came in the 2013 film Safe Haven, where he played Roger, an elderly store clerk. Interestingly, West's life story has been portrayed by other actors. Robert Gray played him in John Carpenter's 1979 film Elvis, while his son, John Boyd West, took on the role in the 2005 Golden Globe-winning miniseries Elvis and an episode of Quantum Leap. Red West passed away in his hometown of Memphis in July 2017 at the age of 81 from an aortic aneurysm. His death came just a few months after that of his cousin, actor Sonny West. Mills Watson as Stryker. Mills Watson donned the role of Stryker in a television series. He also landed a part in the miniseries War and Remembrance, 1988, filmed in the idyllic setting of Hawaii. Watson himself considers Deputy Perkins on The Misadventures of Sheriff Lobo to be his most enjoyable and cherished role. He even graced the cover of TV Guide alongside co-stars Claude Akins and Brian Kerwin on March 22, 28, 1980, embodying the character. Born and raised in Oakland, California, Watson spent his childhood on a ranch near Stockton. His father raised sheep, while his mother nurtured young minds as a schoolteacher. His family heritage traces back to Texas. He attended Franklin Elementary School and graduated from Elk Grove High School in 1958. Unlike many families today, Watson's household lacked a television during his youth. Entertainment and news came primarily through the radio. After high school, he ventured to San Francisco State University for a brief stint, studying acting under the guidance of Victor French for a semester or two. A small independent film ignited a desire for more formal training. Watson set his sights on the prestigious Royal Academy of Dramatic Art in London, where he applied and was accepted. This experience provided him with invaluable stage experience. "If I got in," Watson reflects, "there wouldn't be any excuses for failing in terms of training. I couldn't claim I didn't receive the best instruction available." Following his return from England, he relocated to Los Angeles and embarked on a successful acting career in television and film, eventually choosing to retire in the early 1990s. During the 1970s, Watson tackled the challenge of single fatherhood, raising his son Mason with the support of neighbors and childcare professionals while pursuing his acting career. Michael Delano as Johnny Angel. Taking on the role of Johnny Angel in The A-Team wasn't Michael Delano's only television credit. He also brought the character of Sonny Capito to life in 13 episodes of Firehouse, 1974, and played Lou Atkins for 5 episodes of Super Train, 1979. Delano's television appearances extended to shows like Kojak, where he guest starred in 3 episodes. He also donned the doctor's coat as Dr. Mark Dante in General Hospital, 1976, and embodied Reverend Sung in Soap, 1979. Moviegoers might recognize him from his brief but memorable role as Forrestal in the 1985 film Commando. Delano wasn't a one-shot wonder on any given show. He portrayed Johnny Venture in a recurring role on Rhoda, appearing in 11 episodes from 1976 to 1978. Wonder Woman fans might recall him as Nick Moreno from Season 3, Episode 5. Earlier in his career, Delano guest-starred on Barnaby Jones in the episode titled Sing a Song of Murder. Delano's filmography encompassed more than just television. He appeared in the films Catlow and The New Centurions. The stage wasn't foreign territory either. Delano played Berger in a Chicago production of Hair until an injury forced him to step down after 2 months. Interestingly, Delano dabbled in music under the stage name Key Larson in the 1960s. Signed with Swan Records, he recorded songs like A Web of Lies and A Little Lovin' Goes a Long, Long Way, even appearing on American Bandstand. Dana Elcar as Judge Leonard Mordente. Dana Elcar brought the character of Judge Leonard Mordente to life in the series. His career extended beyond television, though. In 1962, he originated the role of the hitman Ben in the American debut of Harold Pinter's play The Dumb Waiter, staged at the Cherry Lane Theater in New York City's Greenwich Village. That same year, Elcar landed a recurring role on the long-running CBS soap opera The Guiding Light as Andrew Murray, the Los Angeles County District Attorney. His commitment to The Guiding Light in 1962 and 1963 led to him appearing in several other shows set in New York City. These included 3 episodes of the NBC sitcom Car 54, Where Are You?, and 2 episodes of the ABC crime drama Naked City. Elcar's physical resemblance to his stunt double Don S. Davis often led to confusion between the two. Elcar's television credits included the popular series Knight Rider in the 1983 episode Merchants of Death. He also played a corrupt sheriff in the Incredible Hulk episode Escape from Los Santos, 1978, where Dr. Banner was on his way to Phoenix. In 1991, Elcar developed glaucoma. This condition was integrated into the storyline of MacGyver, beginning with Season 6, Episode 17, Blind Faith, and continued throughout the remainder of that season and all of Season 7, with Elcar's character mirroring the disease progression. The Season 6 finale, Hindsight, was a clip show framed around Pete Thornton's upcoming eye surgery. He donned the role of Stryker in a television series. He also landed a part in the miniseries Following MacGyver. Elcar guest-starred in a 1993 episode of Law and Order titled Virus. He portrayed a man who blamed his blindness, caused by diabetes, on his former doctor. His son, seeking revenge, murdered other patients. Elcar also played blind characters on episodes of The Magic School Bus and ER. Despite his vision loss, Elcar took on the challenge of portraying Vladimir in a stage production of Waiting for Godot, complete with a white cane. This became his final theatrical performance, and he retired from acting in 2002 after appearing on ER. Elcar was married to Catherine Frances Mead from 1948 to 1950, and to Peggy Romano from 1954 to 1970. He had 4 children, Marin Elcar, Nora Elcar Verdon, Dane Elcar, and Chandra Elcar. His long-term partner was Thelma Garcia. Dana Elcar passed away from pneumonia at the Community Memorial Hospital in Ventura, California on June 6, 2005, at the age of 77. Mr. T as B.A. Baracus. B.A. Baracus, a former sergeant in the elite U.S. Army Special Forces, brings his impressive mechanical skills and weapons expertise to the A-Team. He's the team's go-to guy for fixing anything and keeping the arsenal in top shape. In many ways, the character mirrors the tough guy persona Mr. T cultivated in real life. Inspiration for Mr. T's now iconic hairstyle came from an unexpected source, National Geographic. While flipping through the magazine, he saw a photo of a Mandinka warrior sporting the unique style. He adopted it as a powerful symbol of his African heritage, a simpler and more permanent statement than the gold chains and jewelry he previously wore. In 1980, Mr. T's larger-than-life personality caught the eye of Sylvester Stallone during an appearance on NBC's America's Toughest Bouncer competition. While his role in Rocky III was initially just a few lines, Mr. T's charisma landed him the part of Clubber Lang, the film's main villain. Many years later, in 2017, Mr. T surprised audiences by joining the celebrity cast of Dancing with the Stars for season 24. Partnered with professional dancer Kim Herjavec, they brought entertainment value but were ultimately eliminated in 10th place. True to his character, Mr. T pledged to donate his earnings to charities like St. Jude Children's Research Hospital and Shriners Hospitals for Children. Mr. T's distinctive style extends beyond his hair. He's known for referring to himself in the third person and weaving rhymes into his speech. His childhood hero, Muhammad Ali, remains a major influence on both his fashion choices and the way he carries himself. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more blasts from the past. Let us know in the comments below. What was your